All right, thank you, everyone. Good evening. You're welcome. Thanks for joining. All right, thank you, everyone. Okay, 49. Let's see how much we can make up in the next few minutes. Okay, so I wanted to ask, how has this been? This should be your final week on product management. I mean, at least in the course sessions, this should be your final week. So I wanted to confirm, how have we been doing? Have we been able to maximize what we have learned so far? Yes, thank you. And I hope you know your exams coming. Your final project's also on its way. So I want to believe you're very ready and taking all your classes very much seriously, because they all matter. And trust me, as may have been saying, in your questions. Yeah, not like final week, but yeah, this is the final course I know we'll be having with you. So this week is like the wrap up before you go into other parts of it. And I want to be sure we're all in tune. How's been our products? Have we been carrying them through the classes? I know my colleagues spent the last 2 weeks uh, giving you guys details into some of this. So, in the next 2, 3 minutes, I would just like to take feedback from everyone. Where are you on your product? Very, very fast. I want to see what you've been able to do on your product quickly. One to go. We'll do that till like 7:15, and then we'll shoot into today. Thank you very much. Thank you. I'm waiting for that. Okay, so our period is over, and for the little break we had, I'm seeing the outputs many of us have. Admin, you can still put me on for now. We'll move into product metrics shortly, but sort of having a review. So I can see many of us say we have questions. I want us to ask our questions quickly. I want us to ask our questions quickly before we move fast into what we have for today. We actually have very minimal time today. And that's because of the much we have to take. So I'll try to address as much questions I can address. Maybe when it's 7:25, if we're still dealing with data, we have to shut that in because product metrics is quite wide. Sorry. Okay, thank you. Product metrics is quite wide, and I would like us to cover it very fast. Confirm you can hear me. Okay, you can hear me. Thank you. All right, so we are looking at. Oh, let me see how much work. I've only identified a product. TJK makes sense. That's very good. Bola Titadele, market research. Tai Nancy. Oh, okay, nothing. Christina, you lost out at some point. That's okay. Jennifer, product idea, SWOT analysis, value proposition. Um, Still finding it out to understand product prototyping and product evaluation. So, if I may ask, what have you done to ensure you understand? Have you done a few research? Have you tried to see YouTube and see what you can learn on the platform? Let me see. What else do we have here? I have a product idea and I've done market research. So, you see where all of this speaks to, yeah? And that's the concept of, like I said, how we approach learning. Personally, I can tell you how many sessions you have had on this course. For those who do not know, you've had. Let me start from. Let me tell you how much you've done this in this past few weeks. Let me tell you how much you have done so that you can understand how much you should have done on your product. Um, the first thing you started with was the introduction to product management. My colleague took you through definition of product management. Good evening, Lillian. Product life cycle, product strategy. Just general overview. Understand the role of the product manager, product roadmap. I'm saying this because by the time you're doing your exams and your custom project, you realize that everything from day one, even things we say as illustrations and all of that, would be carefully evaluated. Yeah. Second week we went into market analysis and customer understanding. When I was showing you how to do your value proposition, you went into SWOT analysis and all of that, root cause analysis, how to find your whys and all of that. So that's for market analysis and customer understanding. So this is like my sort of revision for those who are listening to me. And we went into what makes a market, right? How to understand your market, and we talked about the three C's: your competition, your company, your company, your competition, and your what was the third C now? No, the fourth C is collaboration. Um, just a minute. Who's gonna help me with the third C on the platform? Your customer. Thank you. I mean that's the main one. Okay, you guys are still with me. So to understand your customers, we said you're going to do your research. You're going to research into available data. You're going to also do your. We showed you through how to do Google research, right? And how to move into personas and all of that. Then for your company, we told you about SWOT. For your competition, we told you about the Porter's five forces. This is not a revision per se; it's a revision, but it's also I'm using two stones to kill a single bird, and one of them is to let you know that you've learned a lot in the past. Um, in case you don't know, by today, by today, you have done 8 weeks of product management. That means you've spent your last 2 months learning product management, and you have learned it 3 times a week. In most product schools I've gone, even the very big ones that I've done, we learned it for 3 months and we did classes only on Saturdays. So 3 months and one time per month, that's just 12 classes. Okay? That's just 12 classes. But in this case, you've done 8 months, you've done 2 months That's 8 weeks of three times per week. So that's 24. So you literally done times two of an average product school. So in case you do not know, you've done a lot. So on your week two, we went to market analysis and customer understanding. Yes, today made it exactly 8 weeks you've been on this, which we must understand how much time passes by. I will analyze it for you so you know how much you've gone. The first week, my colleague took it for you, BC. I've done that. Second week, I came in and I taught you market analysis and customer understanding. We went into that extensively. The third week, my other colleague came in, Bamila. He took you through product requirements and road mapping. That's when you get learned how to do product requirements, how to do your roadmaps. We went through different frameworks, RISE and Moscow, how to do your user stories. You know, he went into how to explore your agile and waterfall. After that, again, my colleague came in to take you product launch and go to market strategies. That's what's her name again? BC took you through product launch and go to market strategy, where you guys learn how to do your launch planning and execution strategies. You did that, how to collaborate with your sales and marketing team, post launch performance. You did that on the fourth week. The fifth week, which was product development process, that was my friend again, Bamila. Took you guys through Agile, Scrum, Kanban, and then project management for product teams. You know, you went into how to do your project management, how to manage the project, stakeholder management, and a lot of that. Then I came in the sixth week. I took you guys through product design and user experience. That's when we went through Miro and you saw um, we went through design thinking basically, and when we talked about the edit, right? Empathy, design, idea, prototype, and test. That was design thinking process. We're checking how to use. That was when we used Lovable AI, and we learned how to use AI to prototype through Lovable. Can you remember that? That was your sixth week. Yes. Then for your seventh week, um, yes, for your seventh week again, my colleague again, BC came in and took you guys product pricing and monetization. That was when you learned about the customer lifetime value, pricing strategies and revenue models, how to test and monetize your strategies. So I want you to confirm you've done all those seven classes, right? And this week is your eighth session with me, which we're taking you through product analytics and metrics. So this week makes your eighth week of being in this session. If you're with me, can you please confirm in the comment section that we're together on this um, synopsis? Yes, that's how much you've done, and that's why I'm always deliberate about you carrying your course along and being very, very conscious of yourself in class. Many of us humans don't know how much we've learned in a short time, and if you're not applying yourself to it, you don't know how much time it's passing you by. A lot gets to happen, and it's going to pass you by if you're not applying yourself to it. And which is the same reason why we put the teaching first before, because I know a lot of you are asking for mentorship at different levels, but it's not automatic. It's always evaluated. It comes after your tests and exams, and it's those who are within some level of qualification in that stance that makes it into that. And that's because we do not want to overstress the facilitators. We want to ensure that they are working with people who are really but that was my friend now. That's what my friend taught you, right, Pamela? That's just different. That's his own method. Okay. I did not go into details of your class. It was just a synopsis. So it summarizes your general conclusion. Thank you, Chijoke. So that, by the way, please, guys, carry your product along. By what we have taught you, many of you should have a product that is good enough to have a deck. And anyways, if you have not taken your courses seriously, the way we have crafted your capstone project and your exams, you will have to really go and learn everything from the scratch. Many of you will have to watch videos again to deliver on those things. And we have carefully done that to ensure that you learn the practical skills, not just the certificates. Practical skills. You must know what product management is, and you must apply yourself to it. because these things are moving very fast, and we want to ensure that you get the best of it. So today we're moving into product metrics. Thank you. You can have me up now. Thank you very much, Admin. So we're doing product metrics, and I want to have feedbacks in the course of your class. Have you guys said anything about product metrics in the training? And I know somebody would have mentioned it in passing. So thank you. So what did you know? What can anyone say something about product metrics in the comment section? I'm waiting. Oh, yes, product metrics. I'm listening. What did you? What does it look like? What does it sound like? What do you think it is? I am waiting. I'm waiting. Okay, I'm not getting any feedback. Oh, what's going on? How we measure the progress of products? Standards by which we measure success and growth. Okay, product metrics. Yeah, I'm liking that. I'm liking that. Okay, okay, okay. So let us stop there. Let us stop there. We're doing well. Um, I would So one thing with product messages right now is I'm not sure I'll be able to share you guys screens, and I will explain why. Okay, I will explain why. But let me see if I can. Let me see. Because for me to share you screens in product metrics, I will have to I will have to bring you into a different tab. Just a minute. Let me see if I can do that. I'll be really happy. But I'll have to bring you into a different tab, um, which is quite different from what I can do. I have to log in into company tab. Because for product metrics, it's not something you just do by yourself. There are some things you will have to work with your developers to do. I'll get there, but due to my method, I would like to always show you side by side so that it can be easy for you to get. But just give me a moment. Let me see if I can achieve that. If I'm able to do that, then we're good to go. If I can just get you one or two screens that can just show you what it means. But there are other ways to do it. There's amplitude, there's mixed panel, there's Google Analytics. Don't worry, I'm not deep diving yet. I'm just trying to see if I can show you some things. Okay, okay. I think I've gotten one. I've been able to log into one. But just a moment, I'm trying to see if I can. Because the moment I start talking, I'll be switching between that screen and this. So I want to be sure I can do that. Oh, it's not giving me data points, is it? Report snapshot. Let's see. Okay, I'm seeing all of that. Product metric is the way we're good on one. Thank you, Jesus. Let me see the other one. Mix panel. Logged in now. I was logged in earlier on. Login, Joe. Okay. Podometry is asking if your product actually helping people the way you thought it would. Thank you. Oshe. I think your name is Oshe Seth. Thank you very much, Zach. It's you want to see if your product is performing. You know, you're the product manager here. How do you know if it's working? Product metrics is not really you trying to, like I said, you're not a data analyst, okay? But you need a lot of data analysis kill. Your job as a metrics person is just to see and move on. And don't waste your energy trying to learn everything. There are 1001 solutions out there done that you can already plug into your product and have better results. We have so okay, good. I'll get back to your let me see. Um can you okay, my screen is there. Okay, good. Okay. Oh, I want to share other screens. Let me see how this can work. Okay, I have to stop sharing to be going back and forth, man. This is a lot of stress. But that's okay. The other one I don't have to. The normal my normal way of sharing. Okay, I can add a new screen. God bless you, Jerry. Thank you, admin. Admin's on fire. Okay. Let me see if I can add Google Slides in. Don't worry. When it says add a new screen, I have to be stressing myself on slides. Let's just go in. We're quite behind time. Don't worry. Let's get to work. Let's get to work. Okay. Let's get theoretical first then. I won't be able to do it side by side. So let's just get theoretical. We move on from there. So, hmm, okay, what did I use this for? Guys, can you see my screen? So, I got this from a product manager, Sachin Sharma. Many of you can follow him on LinkedIn. He's a vast guy when it comes to product management. Very, very vast. And he does a lot across board to teach and mentor a lot of people. Um, sorry. If you want to do this thing quite well, I will encourage you to follow all of these people online. They kind of have a lot of knowledge. All of them do have a lot of knowledge they share. And if you follow them, you're good to go. Just a minute, please. See, what does the product manager do? One of the things you can see there is data analytics. You can zoom your screen to see his name. You can always zoom your YouTube to see the name and to just go into different parts if you cannot find the name. So one of your jobs is data analytics. And I'm saying that because many people do not know. One of your jobs is data analytics. So many of you will have to know what data analytics is and learn a lot on it. Like we said, product management is a T-shaped profession in a lot of times, N-shaped. I will encourage you to be very deep in strategy and to be very deep in data. Some people are also very deep in marketing, but you have to be deep in two major skills, if not three major skills, and then you have the rest. So moving on, part of what you do is data analytics. Good. What you will learn product metrics, how you measure product, what you measure, how you find your Northstar metrics, and how you interpret data for product and business decision. Thank you. Now let me go to what we call Northstar metrics. Um, yes. So if I may ask anyone on the platform before we move on, what is Northstar metrics? Before you go to this quote, what do you think is Northstar? Now don't define it. But where does the concept North Star start from? The concept of North Star, what do you think? North Star, what comes to mind when you hear the word North Star? Where did that concept start from? Can anybody help me? I'm waiting. There's something we call North Star metrics, but it came from a concept called Northstar, the Christmas tree top star. Okay, okay. It's yes, it's common across all religion. If you check the Vikings, that's the Norse mythology, they have their own. If you check Greek mythology, they have their own for North Star, and they call it Polaris. Do you understand? They call this Solaris, then Polaris in those cases. Um, of course, in the Bible, somebody have said it is the one that guided and the wise men to Jesus. Okay, I need more. I need more across different fields. Okay, I'm following. I'm following. I'm following. There is a lot to know about North Star. I want us to really exhaust it before we go into how it relates to product management. You know, it is how travelers find their way. It is how travelers find their way. Literally, the North Star is the star you follow. Okay, it's the star you follow when you find direction. It's literally what if you see people that do the nautical, you can look for it in nautical. Nautica is Nautical. Nautica has to do with ship and the traveling on the sea, guiding for direction. Okay, so what does it mean for sailors? Okay, that's how sailors stay on course. On course, that's how they navigate. Everyone follows the North Star. Okay, I'm still following. Serves as a compass. You're good. It was also used for timekeeping. It's simply called the North Star because it's the brightest star towards the northern axis. Okay, and so when everyone focuses on the north, you can know other direction. Okay, so exactly, exactly. So you all are very good. Thank you. That's a very good one. So in product management, if I may ask, what is North Star now? Now that you have said all of this, you know there are several. Product metrics is wide. We have everything we want to talk about in product metrics, but what is North Star in product management now? Thank you. Yes, 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 yes. I'm waiting. Okay, okay. I like how many of us are responding to. Now, as you have answered it, related to product management, quickly. Okay, they call it NSM, North Star Metrics. So, in case you're in an interview and they're asking, and you hear things like NSM, they're talking about North Star Metrics. Okay, I'm listening. I'm following. It's a compass. In product management, it cannot be a compass, so, or it can be math sets as well. Should I run that for you guys today? Okay, good, 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 good. Make it, yes, exactly. It's the metric that determines other metrics and the success of a product. The major matrix to measure how effective your product is simple. Yes, thank you. Yes, so thank you. On Northstar, we'll go back to Northstar. I just wanted us to keep those terms afresh in our mind because um that's what we'll be focusing on a lot. So, I mean, please just bring up my window, not by the side, just on the lower corner, lower left. So, what comes to your mind when you hear about product metrics? What comes to your mind when you hear about product metrics? There's a question on your screen, everybody. Let's move on now from Northstar to welcome. Thank you very much. Perfect. What comes to your mind when you hear about product metrics? KPI, okay? Somebody said KPI. Key performance indicator. Okay. What comes to your mind when you hear about product metrics? Guys, let's get in very fast. We do this together. You all know that. Hmm. Thank you. Retention rate. Okay, that's what comes to your mind. Perfect. Anyone else? I have to move out now. So we group them into four. Okay, group product metrics into four. We have business metrics. We have product usage, business metrics, product usage metrics, customer satisfaction, and roadmap progress. Now hold on. The reason why many of us sometimes what affects our learning is that we lump everything together at once. So don't lump everything together. As we are learning now, put everything in your mind. Their product metrics are different. There are ones that measure business metrics. There are ones that measure the product usage. There are ones that measure customer satisfaction. And there are ones that measures the progress of your roadmap. So moving on, why should you track product metrics as a product manager? This is because as a product manager, you provide the expertise to make strategic decision. Like I said earlier, you are like a CEO, but you are not the CEO. The reason is because most times, if you don't know that you're not the CEO, you get offended when your advice is not followed. Do you understand? You are not the CEO, but you have a lot of decision you need to make. So, as a product manager, you provide the expertise needed to make strategic decision throughout the product life cycle. Okay, you learn about product development, the launch, the growth, the maturity, and the decline or obsolescence. When the product is obsolete, is when it has gone out of use. Then you have to drop it. Tracking product metrics helps you make critical decisions. You want to know you want to know if to update a feature, you want to know if to adjust something. Product metrics informs that decision. For instance, why do you think WhatsApp will add video call? Product metrics. You realize that people are fostering communication more and more. Probably people are recording videos, sending to each other. Then would it be better if they can just do that real time? So I said product metrics are measurements to help us understand how well a product is performing. Think of them as key indicators that show how many people are using the product, how engaged they are, and how much value product is bringing to them. So they help you make informed decisions. They help you make improvements. As a product manager, like we said, in God we trust. Every other person bring data. You can't just announce a feature on your product based on vibes and inshallah. No, you have to have product data to back up why you're doing what you're doing. Okay, moving on. So we will talk about the Northstar metrics. We'll talk about the Northstar metrics. Good evening, Princess Joy. So, and like I've led you earlier on, the North Star is like Polaris. It's the brightest constellation in Ursa Minor. Okay? It is motionless in our night sky. That's the thing. It does not move. It is static. Okay? It guides you when you are lost. Now, before we move into other details, I will speak to. I said North Star metric is the key measure of success for the product team. When you're in a company, it is not star metrics that defines the relationship between the customer problems that the product team is trying to solve. The problem statement that you had initially is what defines your North Star. Your North Star is that metrics that drives around the value proposition. So let's see a product today quickly. Anyone? I just want to know your product idea. I want to go to Northstar metrics more deeper. Let me see. I have another slide on Northstar metrics. Okay, let me share it. Okay, before we go deeper into Northstar metrics, I need an idea and I need an idea. Home assist. Okay, to connect household with pre-vetted Nigerian house, pre-vetted reliable domestic help while ensuring fair treatment and safety both helpers and employees. That's very good, Bright Augustine. So you're building a platform for blue collar jobs, is that right? That just connects homeowners or anyone that needs anyone with handymen, in short. Rachel Shubala, good evening. Okay, so I get what you're trying to do, and that's beautiful. So let's do it this way. Hmm? Hmm. No more. I have work. Oh. I'm checking your slides now. It's still plenty. We have work, but let's kill non-star metrics today. So I want to ask, Home Assist, what is the key thing that your product will be doing in a sentence? What is that key thing that your product will be doing in a single sentence? I'm listening. Guys, please let's be very active so we can move on. Reunite family and loved ones. Um, I'm saying core value proposition, not just core value. I want to believe you spent a lot of time on this product, so I want something like core value proposition. Core one, core one. What makes you stand out in the market? Easy access to trusted helps. Okay, good. So, what? How will you measure the success of your application? Guys, we have a product we are picking. Let's just stick with that already. You can help me pin Home Assist to this screen so everybody can just focus on that. So, how would you measure if this thing is solved? So, a North Star metrics here, what you are looking at is a single overarching metric that guides product strategy and decision making. You want to ensure that is this thing solving the problem I want it to solve? And to do that, you have to look at okay, okay. To do that, you have to look at it prioritizes efforts and focus on what matters. What is one thing? For instance, if you are saying daily active users, that is people that come to your application and use it for that day, you may be you may be wrong because people can open your application and close it. If you're looking at stickiness, maybe churn rate, and people are not uninstalling the app, 2,000 people downloaded last month, and this month we have 4,000 people, so they are still on the app, nobody's leaving the app. Is that your North Star metrics? Because if the goal is whatever you set as your North Star metrics is what everyone in the company pursues, and that's what will show you the direction of your product. So, what is that thing
that you will, what is that metrics, that value you want the entire team to chase? I'm listening. The reason why I'm asking all of this is so that we can all think together on our product. If we just tell you and run down, you will not carry your product along. So what is that thing, that North Star? You have learned about it. It's the one that guided people to Jesus, and it's the one that the ships follow on the sea. Is the so what's that thing that nobody must that what was that thing that everyone on your team must run around? Because one of the things about your North Star metric is also alignment. Everyone on the team must be working towards that goal. Somebody said unity, retention rate. No, it can't be retention rate. No, I'm sorry. It cannot be unity. It cannot be retention rate. Retention, people can be on that app, but don't forget your North Star metrics is tied to your core value proposition. You want to provide access to helps. You want homeowners to connect to domestic workers, right? So retention, they can be on that application, but they are not working with anyone. What is SAM? Is it specific admissible market or whatever that is? Huh? Serviceable market? No, that cannot be. You cannot use SAM. SAM is your serviceable market. MVP is not a metric, your success, David. Engagement and referrals. Uh, well, does that work? Still continue. Verification of forward potential. No, unique selling point is not a metric. It's just a basic acronym. Is your exactly so your metric should tie to your unique selling point. Guys, I will not. I want us to think. If I say a correct one, I will approve it. If this is what we do before the break, we will have won. Because a lot of people think non-star metrics is just you thinking of something. That thing the moment you set it is what everybody chases. So it needs a lot of thinking. Availability, no. Referrals, no, no. Referrals is a good one. It's a good metrics, but it cannot. Okay, Helen and Lillian, you guys are doing good. Exactly. How frequent employees get trusted help? So how do we need to, you are doing good, but you need to structure it better. How many people get good and verified house helps? Okay, okay. You are close. Lillian and Helen are close. I can say that. The level of loyal users and level of the advocacy on the app. You're trying. That's still net Adibayo. That's still metrics. Completed transactions, Jennifer. Edo someone. Completed transaction is a key metrics. I can put that as my metrics. When you say CSAT, Success David, what do you mean? And how does it apply? Quickly, quickly. When you say CSAT, what does it mean? And how does it apply? Because that's just customer satisfaction, which is close. Now, I think you guys are getting it now. There's a lot. Customer satisfaction is also part of it. Okay. Um, but there's a way we can coin it. We need a keyword to coin it and just move on. But everything since Helen Babs down has been quite like it. Trust. You cannot measure trust. Verified identification of household assistance. Level of successful hires. We are not doing Airbnb. Oh. We have a product already. So let's not do Airbnb. Okay. Deals met. Yeah. Okay. Successful transaction. I think I will just go with that, which is simple. Number of successful bookings per week. Now, every other thing you guys have mentioned are just supporting metrics. They are secondary. Repeat booking rate is secondary. Booking to sign up ratio is also there. We're looking at customer satisfaction, your CSAT or net promoter score, which is the same thing, is also there. We're looking at referrals. Somebody mentioned referrals. So it's a supporting metrics. But the key one that you must all consider is number of successful bookings per week. Number of, metrics will even help you to know the feature you must have. In 3 minutes, we're going to go to mark your attendance. So I want us to just stay together. For instance, your platform, Bright, want to measure number of successful bookings. So how do you achieve that first? You must ensure that your platform has a place for they will connect each other, right? They will book. That means you want all your payments, everything to be done on that app. Because when you are thinking metrics, see, that's why we say design thinking is a non-linear system, right? So as you are thinking metrics, some features will also come up. Maybe you are not thinking of KYC. Now somebody said verified. Is it verified is a supporting metrics. The supporting metric, but it can't be the Northstar, but it's a supporting metrics. So that means your platform must have verification. And we do this each class so that by the next time we're asking you, you will not say it's not true. For many of the products that we have used in our classes, many of you should have been able to write a lot of features. Yes, number of successful booking. Thank you. So, how do you know successful booking? You have to do KYC for each one of them. It's just like your service session under Airbnb. Simple. So your app is already done safe. Your app is like an Airbnb, but you're doing the service part of Airbnb, not the housing. So you already have something to do. So you can go and study Airbnb services. Use your Scamper framework on it. I know I taught you what Scamper is. Use your Scamper framework on Airbnb and then think of new features that you can use to optimize it. And then you have your product bright and simple work. So KYC, we need to have very strong KYC. When it has very strong KYC, you now have to look at onboarding for both users and homeowners, and then when they connect each other, the platform must give enough place to complete all your transactions. So request for services, provision of service, and meetup, payment on the platform. Do you understand? Or outside the platform, or any way to satisfy or to say payment has been done on the platform. Then rating. Rating we have to do with star and then feedback. So the number of those completed ones you have per week is your North Star metrics for this product. Every other thing which you are checking are just supporting metrics. Supporting metrics are also important because without them, if you ignore them, yeah, you may not achieve your North Star metrics. For instance, if you are not checking number of successful onboarding, if they don't onboard, how will they um, how will they complete transactions? So a lot of times, whatever is not working in your North Star metrics, if you can check your supporting metrics, you'll find them. If people are not referring you, your successful booking will not increase. So for this kind of product, your North Star metrics is the number of successful bookings. Thank you very much, guys. We'll meet immediately after the break. 5 minutes, please. Oh, okay. Sorry. We took the break anyways. All right. So thank you. For me to be sure that we know what we said concerning North Star metrics, because this is not just about this class, this is about what you do on the field. I'm going to allow somebody else to talk about their product, and then we're going to see what is the North Star metrics for that product. Thank you. So I'm waiting for someone. Please drop your. So is there anyone? If there are no responses, we move on. Okay, let me guess. Yeah, I've gone to do it. So I'm waiting. Somebody else drop your product idea and let's use that to get what the North Star metrics is again. Quickly. Style me up. Okay. I cannot use style me up because it's supposed to mention your product and write what it's about. So let's work with SADB Antoinette. Antoinette, you're working with Pregnatal. Okay. An online antenatal and postpartum app that connect pregnant women and new moms to medical specialists and care. Beautiful. So, what's your North Star metrics, Antoinette? Your North Star metric. I'm waiting. Your North Star metrics. What do you think it would be for We're using Pregnatal. That's the first product with details I can see there. So, Pregnatal, an online antenatal and postpartum application that connects pregnant women and new moms, medical specialists, and care. Beautiful. Okay, number of completed connection. Okay, to medical practitioners. Is it about connection? What if they connect and nothing works? Don't forget what we take that time. Number of successful transactions. Okay, number of antenatal successful antenatal bookings. Okay, 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 okay. Actually, the goal of the app is healthcare. Do you understand? What if people book the app and they are saying they are not getting the right? It's not working, Jerry. Yeah, the connected person they talk, but the person is not getting them. And because of that, they are dropping the application and then still going to the hospitals physically, which means that what you intend to solve was not solved. So the essence of North Star metrics is that which measures what speaks to your value proposition. So let me ask, if your value proposition is just to connect them, if you are not really about, "Oh, I shall want to connect them," that's fine. So we can look at successful registration. But if it is that you want to reduce how much people need to do antenatal physically, then you have to look at something different. You have to have a way to measure, not maybe successful, not just transaction, but care, And that's why health technology is a different thing entirely. And when people play in it is different. And I think we have to ask a lot of questions. You have to answer a lot of questions and to be sure that is this service meeting your need? Okay. So let's think deeper. Well, we are getting there. I'm listening. So let me ask you, Antoinette, before we go on, you want to reduce physical antenatal employment. Is that fine? Well, that's not my business. That's your value proposition. So all of us, we have seen a value proposition. Now let's see the North Star metrics. What's your North Star metrics? Somebody said number of successful childbirths without being depressed. She is Is she opening a midwife shop? Okay. Hmm. Fidelis, we don't know about your application. We have moved to number of confirmed appointments and satisfactory service to pregnant women. Hmm. That looks deep. That looks deep, Antoinette. That looks quite deep. So you're looking at confirmed appointments and satisfactory service. So how do you measure the two? I'm just being open here. I'm not acting like I know all of this because it's practical and we're all looking at a fresh product together. So we all need to learn. Let me probe you further. Number of returned pregnant women. Okay. So can we measure them per trimester? Maybe number of successful consultations per trimester, per pregnancy trimester. What do you think? Yes, I like what Jennifer is doing there. So what if we're measuring them per trimester? So number, let's see, this person, boy, when the person goes to some trimester, when the thing had, it drop your app. Oh. So I beg this app, not be time for app with this, make at the hospital. Does that work? Number of successful consultations per trimester. Consultation ratio. Sure, I will not. I think I should just log out and join on YouTube, but people should come and teach because at this point, hmm. Okay. So can we say number of high quality remote consultation per user per trimester? So how do we measure that? Okay. This is making a lot of sense. You know that your Northstar metrics, because you have known it, does not mean that's how you calculate it. It's just like in stickiness, no, it cannot be stickiness. It's just like in if you are doing research. That's why many of us are careful of the variables we pick. Because you have picked a variable does not mean how you measure that variable is like that. So let me look at it. If you ask me, from what all of you have said, I will pick the number of high quality remote consultations that prevented a physical visit per active user per trimester. And I will tell you why. What I've done here, my see, ah, omo, do you know what we call PCV? Has anybody heard something called PCV before in research, in econometrics now? PCV. Anybody? Do you know what we call PCV? Do you know what they call PCV? Because your metrics is wide. That's why I say I want us to stay on this. How you measure it is a lot of work. You should know PCV now. Uh, PCV. Oh my god, I've forgotten now. I learned that in a long time ago. Policy. I think policy component variables. Yes, there are variables that you you thought of. Okay, so the way Northstar metrics work, and that's why I say your knowledge of data must be very strong. You don't have to be the one that will do it, but you can talk to your team. That's why you have people. Product category volume can know. They are called policy component variable. Just hold on for me. Ah, why shouldn't you move on with the product? Move on, oh, it's your product, oh. There's no idea that it's bad, oh. So let me help you. When I say policy component variables, There are some variables that when you think of it, there's no way to measure it yet. Do you understand? For instance, we've said number of high quality remote consultations that prevented a physical visit per user, per active user per trimester. So that's, oh my god, that's why I say as a product manager, your intelligence is the thing you must not joke with. Don't joke with it at all. Keep your brain active. Now that you have thought about this, how do you measure it? Do you just, there's nothing, not percentage change in variable, PCV, policy component variable. You can read about it. You can read about it. Yes, you can read about it. DPCV now. Yes, I know. I've forgotten how we used to call it, but I think it should be PCV. So, but let me go on. Ato as well. So, like I said, you need to have a metric breakdown. So let us go together. Um, Admin, please help me pin this on the chat for Northstar. What's the name of your application again? Because we want to do something together now. It may take some time, but we'll do it. For what's your product, Antoinette? Pregnata. I'll put a chat so that admin can help us tag it. I mean, pin it on the. Let me. Okay. So we said number of high quality remote consultations that prevented a physical visit per active user per trimester. Please, if you can help us, thank you very much, Fini. So that is that. Do you understand? Now, how do you define this thing? How? You can also pin it on the screen as well, please, if you don't mind. So, thank you very much. Our admin is on fire. So, look at this. I want us to look at this together. Number of high quality remote consultations that prevented a physical visit per active user per trimester. If you can measure this, guys, if you go fit measure this thing, your product is working. You can be able to guide everybody on your team. Now, let me ask you, how many components does this have? Number one, we're looking at remote consultation completed. And how do we log it? This, you sit down with your developers and talk about these things. This thing it may have to be in a table. How will they log these things? Okay, I'm coming. Um, let me. You have to look at, because most times when we say we want to build products, many of us think it's just app. Let me put it this way: iṣẹ́ la fẹ́ ṣe, na work we wan do. Let me see if I can add a. Okay, I'm going to put a table in one slide, and I'm going to allow us to look at the number of components me I can find. Oh, this small me. Oh, number of components I think I can find. I'm trying to hold on. I want us to think together. So just give me a minute. Let me finish this particular thing I'm working on. I will share the screen for you to see. Okay, let us see this. Let me share this tab now. Now, for this particular metrics, this is the number. These are the I'm looking at 4 components here. You see, for me to break down this component now, I used AI very fast. I couldn't have typed this in this short time. So that's what you must learn to do. But you're not going to tell AI to think your product for me. But you have thought of a Northstar. You can easily tell AI to break down the components, why they matter, and now you can measure it. Can you guys see the work? Can you guys see the work we're doing? Are you guys with me? Can you see your screen? Can you see the components are broken down and how? Now, if you explain this as a product manager, your development team now understands what they can do on the app for them to be able to get you this data. So, like I said, that's why your North Star is work. Because when you say some North Star, many of us want to cram daily active users. What's daily active users? Who cares? It is why when you talk outside, people are looking at you like this person is probably all this product manager from Africa, and they start treating you anyhow. So your knowledge of what you're saying, you've thought about it, how to measure it. Now, this is where you bring AI in into your work. You've thought about your key metrics. Sometimes, even if you've thought about it, plug your product into AI and ask, let it probe your North Star metrics and tell it to give you about five other variables that could have been a better North Star metric. I'm teaching you prompt engineering now, right? Many of you can do that. Okay, I am working on this product, pregnata, blah, 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 write your value proposition. My current North Star metrics is this, blah, blah, blah. Don't tell AI that you are correct or it to tell you are correct. Why? Just tell it you are wrong. I believe maybe an expert product manager of 20 years experience working across various economies has criticized this that it is bad. Do you understand? Give to me one, two, five reasons, whatever, why this is bad, and suggest five other stronger North Star metrics that can help me measure this product particularly and guide my team effectively. So you can see better things. So one of the things you use AI to do as product manager is to brainstorm. You are not saying AI, I'm building this product, give my North Star metrics. That's AI will take your job if you are going doing like that. In fact, you're supposed to find out you're not supposed to have a job if that's your approach. Do you get? So when you do that, you can see other approaches to product management. You will now see a lot of metrics, and it's possible that it gives you even more stupid metrics, but at least that will give you confidence. And you guys can do it now. Okay, let's do it for this product and see. Now, one they stress maybe that too. Let me see if I can share my screen. You guys should give me a minute. Let's do it together since you want to see. Um, I don't like using ChatGPT on my Chrome because I've done something to the one on Chrome, so it will be doing anyhow. Let me see if I can knock it off. Okay, let me share this tab inside. I believe you guys can see my screen. Not now, thank you. Okay, please zoom your screen. So I am working on a product, Pregnata. It's and what is the value position again for Pregnata? What's the value position again? I've forgotten your proposition. Um, please still pin that comment to pin that stuff. It's supposed to okay. Value proposition is to connect pregnant okay pregnant women to medical services, majorly antenatal, reducing how much they need to go for physical visits. I have sorry, you can zoom your screen to see what I'm typing, or let me just see if I can zoom mine. I have worked on my North Star metrics to be the what was that our North Star metrics again now? Okay, to be the number of high quality remote consultations that prevented a physical visit per active user per trimester. Okay, a senior manager of 20 years experience across global brand has criticized it as that which will not guide the team properly towards achieving the goal of the product. Give 5 key reasons to justify his criticism and suggest key. Now, you may not want to rush it. You may not want to rush it. Another thing I do is not to rush it, or else it wants to start answering you everything together. And you have to think like humans, okay? Uh, yes. So let's you can start with that one first. The application is not running away. You can ask it much questions. Okay. Now let's see. Okay. Now you can let's go together and let's see. Now I'm just showing you how now you can see we did not say I'm working on pregnant and give my Northstar metrics. No. We've thought about something. Now let's see what it says. The senior product manager criticism of your Northstar metrics number blah 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 may be based on several legitimate concerns regarding its clarity, practicality, and strategic alignment. So it says here are 5 key reasons that could justify the criticism. One, now what is the number one? You guys can see the metrics is too complex and hard to align teams around. Okay, it says it should be simple and easy for all teams, engineering, marketing, and customer success to understand and rally behind. Now, let me even help you in case you want to write your LinkedIn at all, whatever. I've seen many of you write. Don't just go and say, I learned product management this week. What you have realized is no. Let people understand that you understand what's going on. Do you understand? Show them your prompt. Many of you use Lovable that day. You didn't write about it. You shot yourself in the leg. You could have written about that thing and you see what it will get you. Lovable is a trending, is a new tool. Of course, I'm not writing about it for some personal reasons. Yes, for some personal reasons. For now, I know what I have a different concern for my LinkedIn. But if you're using it, if you have to do that. So don't just say no star metrics and then go and explain. Walk them through this process. Okay. Do you know that there are some, if you want to write on LinkedIn, you can use some, you can format your LinkedIn, you can bold in some parts, you can bold in and highlight some parts, but you won't do it on LinkedIn. Just copy those parts. Maybe where you write your prompt, copy those prompts. Just Google on your Google, type Google LinkedIn formatting. There are LinkedIn formatting apps you can use to format different sections of your LinkedIn. So if you carry that particular paragraph to that particular application, it will give you different, it can give you Unicode, it can give you bold it list, copy that thing, take it back to LinkedIn. You'll see that it will format your LinkedIn. So you can always form so that everything is not just the same font. So when you are writing your prompt, you can do those things there. So let people just see processes. So many people are using LinkedIn for trying to lecture. If you can use LinkedIn to show your processes, you're better off. That by the way. So issue. Now look at it. Why it matters. Enough star metrics, blah blah blah. I've read that. Then what are the issues you raised? Your NSM includes multiple dimensions: consultation quality, prevented visits per user per trimester. So it's complexity. Second one, the metric is hard to measure reliably. Why it matters? A good metric should must be trackable with reliable objective data. Issue high quality and prevented by physical visits are difficult to measure and validate, especially without subjective or inconsistent feedback from users and doctors. It introduces ambiguity to your measurement process. Fact here, it may be wrong. Oh. It focuses on outcome that's not fully in your control, which is true. So look at outcome that your product can strongly influence, not the ones you cannot control. Now you can see I'm thinking differently. This is not the way I was thinking 5 minutes ago. So, like I said, use AI to brainstorm, like Bola Tito noted. So, okay, let's look at it. Say it doesn't directly reflect user or business value. Why it matters? In all-star metrics should to represent how the product deliver core value to users. While avoiding visits is valuable, it doesn't inherently capture user satisfaction. It was wrong here. The AI was wrong here because we talked about satisfaction. High quality remote consultations are speaking to satisfaction. But of course, Then last one, it can be misaligned with user trust and medical safety. And that is the third product must ensure safety and trust before optimization. Okay. Preventing visits could pressure teams towards reducing in-person care even when it's necessary, potentially at the expense of medical accuracy or user safety. What do you think about this feedback, everybody? So I'm going to tell it great feedback. So kindly, okay, in line with the feedback and your justifications, kindly craft. Are you guys still with me on this call? I think if it is raptured now, I will have gone. So what could have happened? All right. Kindly craft five key. Kindly so no suggest five metrics that will pass for a NSM for this product. So let me see what it does now. So I've asked to give us five. Okay. See now, the can you see the thing has returned back your metrics for you. But look at number of completed remote antenatal consultations per active user per trimester. Okay, actually, it's different. It is different. It's not preventing physical visits. It's just measuring completed remote. Okay, let's move on. Percentage of antenatal appointments delivered remotely with positive clinical feedback. You can see this number two is quite deep. No, this is not. It's not ChatGPT that is doing. See, as a product manager, let me help you. You must learn to give yourself your flowers. Okay, Oshi Jack, give yourself what your flowers. The prompt we have all written together is why you are seeing this. So, when people say ChatGPT is giving me rubbish, just smile at them. You are the one who gave yourself rubbish. Anybody who comes out and say, "Yeah, it's giving me rubbish," just tell the person you gave yourself rubbish. You give yourself rubbish. See, AI is giggle, garbage in, garbage out. If you like, tell AI, "I'm working on a product, give me my Northstar metrics." It will give you your Northstar metrics. It will give you one. If you say, "Give me only one Northstar metric," it will give you one. Do you understand? And it will not back it up for you. And no be you lay your bed, you lie on it. So don't think ChatGPT is smart. ChatGPT is as smart as you make it to be. Do you understand? And so please, guys, you can use it on your own product. I don't want to see 93 LinkedIn products that is writing about pregnata. The only person that should write about pregnata on our LinkedIn is Antoinette. If I'm giving you guys this assignment this night, write about it well. Write it well. Look at when you put your prompt. Look at how AI helped you. You can start your. I can help you with how you need to write your post. There are five processes. Talked about. Okay, you're working on. You are brainstorming this product idea, and you thought through not star metrics. Then this is what the metrics you arrived at. But knowing fully well how AI can help with brainstorming, you understand. You run this prompt on your North Star metrics, and it gives so shorten. Don't type everything. Nobody wants to come and read all your life on LinkedIn. Put your prompt, format your prompt, let your prompt be in bold and italics. I told you how to do that. Then list the criticisms it gave you. Then again, put your next prompt, list the suggested North Star it gave you, then your final prompt and the one you agreed to. And then you can ask for feedback. That's when people know that you are thinking with AI. Do you understand? Okay, moving on. But I don't want all of you to write on Pregnata. Oh. It's only one person that has Pregnata as a product idea. You all have your products. Go and do your work on it. Moving on. So, number two, percentage of antenatal appointments delivered remotely with positive clinical feedback. Yeah, this one is entering my eye too. Three, retention rates of pregnant users across all trimesters. Do you see? Next one, number of medical issues detected or managed through remote care. Be like we go. Okay, now you go still do them yourself. Now let me ask you one more question. Now, as the expert product leader with over 20 years experience, recommend the best. Okay, no, not recommend. Rank these metrics to guide on the best to work with and give detailed justification on how the okay the and the okay how the support product go. Mhm. Okay, or of how on how they are best considering product goal. Let's do that. Product goal number one, engineering and user satisfaction. Oh, okay, yeah, that's okay. Now let's see. I'm just I'm just waiting for one thing. Rank list of North Star metrics. Okay, sorry, I don't want it to kindly. I want it to be on a table. So let me edit. I want it to be on a table so that we can just see it at a glance. Please use a table for easy analysis. So I want it to be used on a table. It will help me to see it better. Okay, so now we're seeing, so it will give us on a table and we can see which one we're going to work with. Now, if you, what I can do, in fact, what I can do for you guys, I can share you the link of this particular. Okay, this is what I'm going to do. This is what I'm going to do. Admin, I've given you the link to this particular ChatGPT. Please let me give it to them on their chat list on their LinkedIn so that they can work with it. So I will share you the link to this particular. Um, Bright, why are you confused, please? Is there anything you need for clarity? So I will share you the link to this. I've done that. So they will send you the link on. I don't know how they will send that. Maybe via this platform, and then you guys can use that to. So in case, okay, good. If they sent you the link, so you are free to just look into and see the prompt I used for each step, so you can use that on your product. So what did you see? So the highest ranking is now I'm telling you to rank it by different things on the table. So product goal alignment is 5, engineering feasibility is 5, user satisfaction insight is 5, total goal is 15. So let's see. So what it pick is retention rate of pregnant users across those trimesters. Why? If women keep using the product throughout pregnancy, they are clearly delivering value. It tracks user engagement, trust, and loyalty. Engineering can measure easily, reflect satisfaction, and product market fit. Number of completed remote antenatal consultations per trimester. Now, you know what you will now do as a product manager on this your Northstar? Are you guys there? What you will do as a product manager now, you can even just copy this particular table and don't decide on it. Okay? Don't make that decision yourself. Don't throw it on them. You have 5 different North Star. You have your reasons, you have justifications. Okay, carry it and take it to your team. Okay, let's do something. Let me add one more column. I will show you why. Okay, for further um analysis on the decision. Okay, for further analysis on the decision to take, can you not score directly? What we do is that for those explain. Okay. No. Score. Aside from the scoring, explain in each column under the headers how the metric um, speaks to those headers. That is product goal, engineering feasibility, and user satisfaction. Okay. Add a new column on how to measure in the way that it guides the team effectively for each metrics. Now, what I've done, I don't know if you can see my what I just typed. I don't know if you can see what I just typed. What I'm doing for this is, please guys confirm you can see me before I continue. I'm trying to get feedback. Now, who can ask? Who can? I want you to answer why I did what I did here. Why did I do what I did here? Read what I did. I said for further analysis on decision to take, aside from the scoring, explain in each column under the headers how the metric speaks to those headers, that is product goal, engineering feasibility, and user satisfaction. Then add a new column on how to measure in the way that I get it in effectively for each metrics. Okay. I also need one more column. Also, add a column on specific features the product should have that ensures we have data to measure the metrics. What I'm doing here is I'm trying to not allow AI to make that conclusion for me. Because by the time I'm following AI score directly, what I'm doing is I'm outsourcing my decision making to AI. Exactly. Thank you, Bright. I'm trying to not outsource my decision making to the AI. So when I do this, I can now copy this table. Imagine you've done this weekend and you're going to work on Monday. It makes a lot of sense. Guys, these are the things. Then all of us can now start thinking. So let me run this final prompt on it and see what I get. So the table is longer. Yes, it will be longer. It will be longer. What's the level, Aisha? You didn't put everything on the table. Put everything within. Oh, really? What happened? You're tired. Yes. I've taken time on this Northstar metrics just because I want us to get it. And the reason is because many of us just I don't know why this thing is not putting everything within the table. But of course, you can get it to put it within the table. That one is easy. Those ones. No, they don't get tired, but let me retry it. Maybe I can get my table for everything. I don't know why it's putting outside the table. Okay, 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 okay. Hold on. Okay, but let's use this one to just speak to it. Okay, you can putting everything on the table is another thing you can do for yourself. If it doesn't put everything on the table to put your answers there, you can copy it and put on your table later. So, but let's pick the number one now. So, retention rate, product goal alignment. You can see it as explanations, they know the score. Reflects long-term value delivery. Ongoing use through each trimester means the app is meeting needs consistently. So you can see on product goal. On engineering feasibility, easy to implement. Can use app analytics to track active users by trimester milestone. Doesn't need complex logic. Strong proxy for trust, engagement, and perceived reliability. If users stay, they're likely satisfied. How to measure? Track users actively over time. Define checkpoints, e.g., active at week 12, 24, 36, and measure percentage still active at each stage. You can see how easy it is. So you do that across all your apps. So guys, you see the number of work to do on Northstar metrics. So that's why it can only be one. Imagine if you are doing this for 100 metrics, it can only be one. You now have other metrics that are common. So when you say product metrics, don't just go out there and say daily active usage. You can unpin the chart now. Thank you. The one on the screen. So you can't just say daily active usage, weekly active usage. That's weak metric definition. Okay. Moving on, not star metrics. I said identify the right North Star metrics, game framework, goals, action, metrics, evaluation. That's what we've just done so far. How it can be measured. See if you align with your goal. Let it see if it aligns with the strategic outcome you're looking to achieve. Okay. That's for goals. Action. What are the user actions you want it to affect as it relates to the goal? For instance, now, what we have done with this is that we want users to come back more. And Bright, let me ask you a question, Bright. Because the essence of North Star metrics is not so that you can say you can do North Star metric. It is to guide, oh, sorry, not Bright now, Antoinette. It is to guide product decision. So I'm asking you, Antoinette, given what you have done now, what has it shown you about the kind of app you are going to build? What has it shown you? Because metrics is not just to, it's supposed to guide your next iteration. Now you are now looking at from the from this we arrive. Personally, I'll be picking retention rate of pregnant users across all trimester. Okay, retention rate of pregnant users across all trimesters. I'll probably pick that, as per recommendation. Now the question now remains, what has that done for you? Now you have to look at retention, pregnant users across trimesters. So you want pregnant users to stay. So there's a lot of, if you may need to read a lot on health tech to know. Health tech is a field that people don't readily want to go into, and that's because it's heavy. It's not something, if you're not medically inclined, you won't even know how the product's supposed to go. I leave that to you. Um, and most times you just partner. Like I said, don't forget when you did your three C's. If you find your weakness, if you do your SWOT analysis on yourself, and you find out that you are weak on the health part, just partner. You cannot tell me you don't have someone who's in the health sector. You would have one person. Partner, share, just shares. That's all. So, actions, yes. What are the user actions you want them to take? Then the metrics, you measure them. Let me move on. This is just the other slides should be simple. We've done the hard work. So, how to align the organization around your North Star? And I will tell you this. I said something earlier. As a product manager, you are like a CEO, but you are not the CEO. You are not the CEO. So don't assume that you call all the shots. No, you don't call all the shots. You see what I told you to do. You say, come and partner. I'm not a medical person. That's why. Those five, you see the way I tell you to go with those five. You have analyzed them. We are trying to get the buy. Okay, guys, what do you think about it? In fact, you know your Northstar metrics before you went for that meeting. You know what you have picked, but you're letting it look like all of us picked it together. You see, greatest leaders have a way of making decision alone by making it together. The one I want you to make, there's a way I will make you make it. But I'm being suggestive about it. And not all I lie. Why are you doing that? You're not trying to be to impose yourself, but you are the one who researched the product. They didn't do that with you. So they can't know the product like you do. So break down silos and encourage cross-functional collaboration to achieve shared goal. Don't just go into the meeting and say, guys, what do you think are not star metrics to be when you have not done any work? Do you understand? If you have done all of this work and you go into the meeting, it will make more sense. If you have done all of this work and you go into the meeting, it makes more sense. As a product manager, maybe tomorrow I would take us quickly on communication for product managers quickly. Communication for product managers, you will learn how to communicate. You must have your slides and all these things very handy. Do you understand? You must have your slides and all these things very handy. That's how you talk to your team. You don't go to the team looking like you have not done any work. All the work you have done, let them see it. Good. Team alignment. Align the team around the North Star metric and ensure that everyone understands how their work contributes to achieving it. Engineering. What do we need to build? We need to have KYC. Doctors need to come in. This one needs to do that. For instance, let's say it's our old metric we're working with. Do you understand? Let's, for instance, for this to work now, even if it's our old metric now, we're looking at remote consultation completed. So for remote consultation now, we're looking at, you know, we look at this thing. Even for all of the metrics, these four things are key. So in your North Star metrics discussion, you're not just discussing North Star, you're going deeper. Okay, if you're looking at consultation, there have to be video, audio, and text section. So your application must have video capabilities, audio, or text. So engineering knows what they are doing. Okay, why are you adding video on this app? Because we need it. People cannot do remote consultation if they cannot be video. Do you understand? Audio, text, then high quality. So users will be able to rate after each session 1 to 5. So why is the project manager now adding a rating, a sprint for rating? Why is it part of your MVP? Do you understand? Because if you remove rating from your MVP, you can't get to know the quality. You are testing quality. For remote consultation, you see what I'm saying? Your metrics are not just in the air. For you to get remote consultation, you need to have features of connection. For you to get quality, you are looking at rating. There has to be rating features. So, of course, for you, you are not trying to, you know that we have knocked out prevent hospital visit. We have just said remote. But this is still our goal, but it's subtle. So we're not going to say on the app, don't go to the hospital. It will never be our selling point. Your marketing team must not talk about don't go to hospital. What the marketing team is just saying is have this as an add-on to it. And then that means your application must still have do you need to see a doctor physically and then blam. So direct access, maybe geolocation, hospitals around you, GPs around you, connect to doctors, connect whatever. Then but then preventing hospital visit, ask, would you have gone to maybe anything? What you are doing is to measure effectiveness. So you need to measure effectiveness. You don't need to say would you have gone. High quality, whatever you have done in this line too, we solve for effectiveness. Do you understand? Then How to now measure your metrics, the kind of tool to use. Okay, you're now looking for a particular metric tools that measure people according to the to when they come in, and so you can get their trimester. Do you understand? Exactly. So, Antoine, if you are doing this, number one, you need to research all the products out there and be sure you're not inventing the wheel. Now, let me shock you. The fact that you have researched all of the products out there and they have what you say you want to do does not mean you don't have an idea. No. Don't forget the Scamper framework. If you've forgotten it, go and look at it. Even if you see a product that has said what you say you will do, if you can use Scamper framework very well, you will still find your own unique and different. Good. So all of this is how you communicate, is how you align your team. Marketing, engineering, UX person is seeing the product differently here because you've taken time to go through the process. You see what your Northstar metric can do. It guides what you know the way we say it guides everybody on the ship. It guides what everybody is doing. We have 2 minutes to go. Hey, God help me. Don't worry, we'll finish it. Then leadership buying, of course. It must integrate into strategic planning. Let your leadership see that, okay, oh wow, this is what this is supposed to measure. If this can happen like this, the application is good. It's okay. I think the rest of my slides are just basically advisory. So how you track them, data, data visualization, we'll go into that in our subsequent classes. There are applications already that can make you see them. Just to plug it with your team. And then you can adjust it over time. It's not cast in stone. If your business goal changes, okay, what you want now, anything can happen. Government can create a policy that nobody must do health online again. Health must now be offline. And then your goal change. Okay, we just want our application to just connect people to doctors and hospitals. That's all. Just to book appointments. Then your North Star metric will have to change. So market trends, your North Star metrics can change. It's possible that another technology came out that you don't even need the hospital anymore. Things can be done remotely, blah, 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 blah. Then North Star metrics over time, everything in product management is not cast in stone. Ensure that your user behavior, okay, user behavior can also affect your North Star metric. Business goals can change. So as those things change, you know that your North Star metrics has to change because that's what everyone is following. You can't be chasing something that your business no longer wants to chase. At that point in time, you're making yourself a CEO and you frustrate yourself. Um, Finally, how to communicate it. You must be transparent. You must have regular updates, like I've said. I think that's lead us to the end. Yes. We've done all of this prioritization, investment, and evaluation. Always evaluate the success of your product using it. So tomorrow we'll move into other parts of product metrics, but I believe we have touched everything on North Star metrics today. Thank you very much, guys. If you come early enough tomorrow, we'll take questions. I know many of us said we have questions today. We didn't take generally. I think we should keep that all the questions till Friday. I'll try to ensure all other facilitators are here on Friday so that three of us can take your questions together. Thank you very much, guys.